God! This story about Wendy Williams has me absolutely shook, and trust me, you're going to want to hear every single juicy detail.
He's burning, is it? Because didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all there will be an accidental explosion? Accidental fire? And the next thing you know, celebrities' homes would be on fire. Things would be on fire. I pray for the people in its path, but I also pray that it exposes the things that it needs to expose.
Y'all would not believe what they found in certain areas that were burnt in the LA fires. Could this be why the military and the FBI was deployed and was stopping people from going down certain areas?
But the difficulty is getting people to believe something that they don't want to believe. And in each of these cases, this is where the money is.
Okay, so here's the real tea about Wendy Williams. And honey, it's piping hot. Remember all that drama about her being incapacitated? Well, turns out that was all a big fat lie. Can you believe the audacity of her guardian Sabrina, making up stories just to keep her hands on Wendy's coins? The nerve of some people. But wait, it gets even better. Our girl Wendy didn't just stop there. She went all in about Diddy, and trust me when I say she held nothing back. Not only did she spill the beans about how Diddy got her fired from Hot 97, we'll get to that tea in a minute, but she also dropped some major bombshells about things nobody even knew about. And get this, she even connected the dots between recent California wildfires that mysteriously burned down certain celebs' houses. The plot thickens.
Katt, in situations like this is I look at the patterns of who got wiped out and how. And, one of the first questions, I'll be honest, that I'm going to look at when I look at some of the communities involved is how many of the homeowners were on the P. Diddy list.
Now let me take you back to the 90s drama because this tea is scalding. Picture this. Wendy, being the fearless queen she is, gets her hands on some very interesting photos of Diddy. And when I say interesting, I mean interesting. We're talking compromising photos of him getting intimate with another man during a Cancun vacation. The way Wendy handled it, pure classic. She teased those photos on air like the media maven she is, promising to reveal everything in her next segment. But honey, she never got the chance. Because guess what? Diddy wasn't having any of it. He literally called up those Hot 97 producers and demanded they fire our girl. And the worst part, they actually did it. Just like that. The power this man had in New York at the time was unreal. But wait, it gets even messier. Not only did he get her fired, but this man had the nerve to blacklist her from every radio station in New York. Our girl Wendy had to pack up and move because she couldn't get work anywhere. And as if that wasn't enough drama, he sent Total, yes, the girl group from his Bad Boy label, to try to jump her at the radio station. The audacity.
She got fired from Hot 97 because she had a picture of Puffy. So if you don't mind, give me the story from your point of view and what was in the picture.
We were in Cancun. For whatever reason, dude was playing with Puff. He went behind him and grabbed his trunks and pulled them down. Some girls that was taking pictures. They took that picture and emailed it back to Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams said she had him in a compromising position and like it was something like that. She was gonna put it out. Wendy had shown people that email. Puff told Hot 97 if they didn't get rid of her before he got back in New York, that they was not gonna get any music from any of his friends, any of the record labels executives that was cool with him. Everybody was gonna boycott their station. We was out in LA for about 3 days before we landed back in New York. Wendy Williams was in the radio station in Philly. He was fired.
Here one day and them Total were downstairs waiting and everybody upstairs at the radio station is looking down, egging it on, waiting for something to go down. I wasn't yet married. My knight in shining armor screeched up in his car just out of nowhere. I didn't even know what was about to happen. I'm standing in the door like, what? And I'm literally about to go through. Now, I'm not like, what, let's fight, because I'm not one of those type of broads. And plus, there was 3 of them. The little Chinese man that drove the van, they were coming. There was no security or anything. It was just them 3 fighting broads. And me. And my coworkers at SHOT standing upstairs trying to look down to see it all jump off. They all knew. When I said goodnight to everybody, everybody's pressed up against the window. I didn't even walk or bother asking, what are you all looking for? Because, you know, when the clock strikes, it's time to go. It is time to go. I didn't get a chance to hit the sidewalk before I knew it, out of nowhere. And there's a whole bunch of rah-rah going on outside, and I'm still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And I send Cower and Skell out on the sidewalk, and he comes back in and says, it's total outside. And they were about to set it on you.
Now, you might be wondering how Wendy handled all this drama. Well, let me tell you, our girl is strong. She somehow managed to rise above all that blackmailing nonsense and finally spoke her truth in 2013. But even then, she had to watch her words because, honey, she knew better than to poke that bear again.
A very homosexual era of hip hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now, so.
And can we talk about how Wendy was literally years ahead of everyone else? She was one of the first to call out Diddy's controlling behavior with Cassie, way before that explosive lawsuit dropped. When that old video of her discussing it went viral, everyone was like, OMG, Wendy knew! And Chile, she didn't stop there. She straight up accused Diddy and J-Lo of making Shine take the fall for that nightclub incident back in '99. And before you ask, yes, Shine himself confirmed it. Imagine being forced to take the fall at just 19 years old. The drama.
She's in South Africa filming Honey 3. And she allegedly has been avoiding Puffy. And, you know, my thing about when you date a mogul is that it's really difficult to avoid them because if you use your head, you never know when they're gonna pop up on the scene. Like he's mogul, like he can hire a plane right now, zoom it to South Africa, land on the roof of the hotel where she's staying, okay, pay people off at the front desk, give me the key and let me up in her room. Like I'm already paranoid. Of Michael Jackson's song, Lady in My Life, and wrote, if anyone sees Cassie this weekend, please tell her to listen to this song 100 times. I suggest don't use social media though to reach out. I think this is a grand overture from Puffy. I don't believe he really wants her back. I believe he probably treated her at some particular point like a possession, like a possession. And if you really care, then you'd reach out privately, not publicly.
Absolutely set up to be the fall guy. Taking the fall means not snitching, not getting your friends in trouble. Even today, I wouldn't want to do anything to get anyone in trouble.
I do not own a nor did I possess a that night.
But here's where things get really dark and creepy. When Diddy realized he couldn't shut Wendy up, he took things to a whole new level of low. He started messing with her son, Kevin Jr., and did it right there on TV. There's this super disturbing video where Diddy mentions meeting her son backstage, and y'all should have seen Wendy's face. The fear in her eyes was real. She literally started stuttering and forgot what she was saying. It was like he was sending her a message, letting her know he could come for her baby if she didn't keep quiet. I cannot with this man.
As the mother of a now 16-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Who I met backstage,
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. You represent a lot.
The timing of what happened next is just suspicious. Shortly after this, Wendy started getting sick and her show got canceled. She went quiet about Diddy and focused on her health. But Chile, when he finally got arrested last year, even though she was dealing with her own battles, fighting just to see her family, our girl took time to celebrate. And when that CNN footage leaked showing Diddy getting physical with Cassie, Wendy wasn't having it. She said, and I quote, "What's really weird is that I've been told by so many people, Wendy, you called it, including some people from my family who have said the same." To see this video on TV of Cassie getting it was just horrific, but now you have to think how many more times, how many people, how many more women. It's just so horrible. But the drama doesn't stop there. Remember that guardian who claimed Wendy was permanently incapacitated? Well, our girl just proved them wrong. She hopped on the Breakfast Club phone interview and showed everyone she's still the same fabulous Wendy we know and love. She exposed her guardian for trying to keep her locked in this conservatorship and even selling her precious hats without her permission. Can you believe they've got her stuck in some tiny room with just one window? And she can't even access her own stuff because this guardian took everything to sell it off. The scandal.
With my niece Alex knows a lot as well, you know, but I am not cognitively impaired, you know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in New York City, right? And Alex, you know exactly what you're talking about. You flew from Miami to New York and you were right here with me. Go ahead.
She's there in New York, in this place, essentially like what some would call a luxury prison. This is her room. That's literally her apartment. But the thing about this apartment, and you know this, not Wendy, because you're there, it's small. She has a bed, a chair, a TV, a bathroom, and she's looking out one window.
And, excuse me, through my money, you know, I had this person buy the TV, you know, the kind of TV I like, through this person, because all of my stuff is in storage. You understand what I'm saying? Everything's in storage. And by the way, that was to sell my apartment. But anyway.
When they asked about Diddy being in jail, Chile, Wendy did not stutter. She straight up said he's going to be there for life. And get this, she claims she knows way more tea about him than what's public, but she's keeping it under wraps for her own safety. The plot thickens.
Wendy, you got fired from Hot 97 years ago because of Diddy. All these years later to see where Diddy currently is. What do you feel about that situation?
Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I knew about Diddy back in the day, and you want to know what? It's about time, people. It is about time. Diddy done.
She still got it.
Diddy done, doo-dah day.
How you doing? See, she still got it. Wendy.
Now here's where things get even more suspicious. Remember those recent California fires that burned down all those celebrity homes? Well, people are connecting some very interesting dots. Apparently, the FBI was keeping people away from certain areas, even places that weren't on fire. They say it was because they were trying to hide something, and rumor has it it's all connected to Diddy and some evidence he has against other celebs. The mystery of it all.
Okay, cool. This could be a wild take, but does anyone else think that Diddy could have started the fire from inside? I don't care what anyone says. I feel like that Los Angeles fire did not start on its own. Diddy, I feel like, has to be behind that.
And just when you thought this couldn't get any messier, Katt Williams enters the chat. Apparently, he's been saying for years that what they did to Wendy is the same thing they did to Britney, Kanye, and Dave Chappelle, all to keep them quiet. Even Katt himself got a taste of their tactics when they started pushing those substance abuse stories about him back in the day.
Yeah, because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you will tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that, I value that, I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know.
Chile, this is just the beginning. Word on the street is that this interview isn't going to be Wendy's last. She's got more tea to spill, and the internet is absolutely living for it. Some people are saying she's been playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers, like this comment. My girl been spitting them pills out when the doctors leave, now she got all her marbles again. Another fan wrote, yep, Wendy knew too much about him and several others, they silenced her, we need her back in that purple chair giving hot topics. Free Wendy. And my personal favorite comment, Miss Wendy went into hiding and played crazy until it's hit the fan, now she popping out and speaking her truth and will be bigger than ever, I'm happy to see it. Let's go Wendy, spill that tea, how you doing? But now I'm dying to know what you think about all this drama. Do you believe Wendy's spilling the real tea about Diddy? And what's your take on this whole incapacitated situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to click for more juicy celebrity drama.